All right, we're going to take a look at logical operators. Now, logical operators will take Boolean values and return a single Boolean value. So here we have our logical AND operator. And let's just run that real quick to show what it does. As you can see, we return a Boolean value for all four of these. Now, the AND operator will return true if both the left operand is true and the right operand is true. But if either of them are false, it's going to return false. So on the first one, it checks the left operand, it's true. Checks the right operand, it's true. So it returns true. On the next one, the left operand is true, but the second one is false, it returns false. And on the third one, it sees false on the left operand. And since it knows that both of these operands have to be true to return true, it just returns false. It doesn't even bother evaluating the operand on the right. Same goes for this next one as well. It sees false on the left operand, so it saves a step and just doesn't even evaluate the other one. So let's go ahead and go down to our next example. Okay, so we have our car rental example. So we have a variable has license and we have a variable has payment. Now, this if statement is going to check to see if this expression comes out to be true. And if it is, it'll run this block, and if not, it'll run the else block. So, has license is true, and the has payment is true. So if we run that, it says eligible to rent car. Now let's say if one of these was false, this would not evaluate the true, and then this else block runs. So in this one, it goes not eligible to rent car. So as you can see, like our previous example, these have to be, these are, the AND operator is more restrictive. It requires two things to be true as opposed to the OR operator. So let's go ahead and take a look at the OR operator. And let's just go ahead and run that. All right, and as you can see, this also returns Boolean values. So the OR operator will return true as long as either the operand on the left or the operand on the right is true. So on this first one here, the OR operator checks the operand on the left. It is true, but it knows it only needs one true, so it's going to go ahead and return true. Now, since it doesn't need to check the right operand, it just skips that step. Same thing with this one. It notices the left operand is true, doesn't even bother evaluating the operand on the right. Now, with the third one, it's just checking it's false, but since the one on the right is true, it returns true. And our only condition where we can get a false from an OR operator is if the left operand and the right operand are false, and that would be this last one here. As you can see, it's the only false that we get. All right, so we have a car purchase example. And as you can see here, this one uses an OR operator, so it's not going to be as restrictive. You just have to have one or the other. Anyway, we have our down payment and we have our credit score. So here's our first expression, which is going to return a true or a false. And it's checking to see if our down payment is greater than $4,000. Our down payment's only $2,000. So this is going to return false. So the OR operator is going to go ahead and check the other side. And our credit score is 550, which is greater than 500. This returns true. Since we only need one true, it's going to go ahead and run this first block of code. So let's go ahead and run that. There we go. Eligible to make payments. Now, for this to run the else block, it would require both sides to be false. So let's go down to our last logical operator. And this one's going to be the logical not. So we have A set to true and B set to false. So let's go ahead and run that. As you can see, when we print A, we get true, but we use the logical not operator, it's going to go ahead and flip that value. So what was true the first time, it's going to flip it and change it to false. Same thing with B. It was false, but with the logical not operator, it's going to go ahead and flip that value. So pretty straightforward, just flips a value. For instance, you got to make sure that you use a Boolean value. Say you use a string, you're going to get an error. Invalid operation, not string. I believe you get the same thing if you try an int. There you go, invalid operation. So anyway, those are the logical operators. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, see you in the next one.